Hey TBC Kindle, I'm Brother Tyler, and we're here again today with another Kindle Daily Devotional. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how God's will is going to be done, and I'm going to read from Genesis chapter 27, verses 18 through 22. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. Here's the big moment of deception that causes Jacob to become the next patriarch. This is where that moment shifts from the phrase being the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Esau. Instead, Esau has turned into Jacob, because Jacob put on this disguise that was his mom's idea, actually Rebekah's idea. She convinced Jacob to put on a disguise to deceive his father Isaac so that he would be blessed instead of Esau. So at the beginning of this chapter, Isaac talks to Esau and he says, I want you to go and make me some food, some venison, which is a type of meat. I want you to make this so that I can eat it, and then I will bless you before I die. And Rebekah hears this and convinces Jacob to put on all this kind of a facade of costume and putting hair on his skin and everything to make him more like Esau, because she wanted him to be the next patriarch instead of Esau. Now, I believe that Jacob being the next patriarch was the will of God, because if we think about it, Esau was not really concerned with things that had eternal value, and although birthright isn't necessarily an eternal value, but it's a big deal, and he wasn't concerned with that. He wanted a bowl of beans instead of something that would last him for his whole lifetime. But Jacob was after that sort of stuff. Jacob wanted that birthright because he knew, I think that he knew that there was something valuable about that, and he wanted that patriarchal blessing. He had a desire for those things, unlike Esau, who was after the temporal things. And not to mention that Esau had taken two wives completely out of his father and mother's blessing. He just kind of went and married two women, and it said that that was a grief in the mind of Isaac and Rebekah. So it doesn't seem that Esau is a great candidate for this. But what's interesting is that God used this deception on the part of Jacob and Rebekah to bring his will to pass. Now, it almost seems counterintuitive. Usually we think of the will of God being done through obedience, which is always absolutely the case. But there are also times, not just obedience, but there are times where God will use our actions, whether they are good or bad, to give himself the glory. In Job chapter 12, verse 16, it says that the deceitful and the deceiver are his. God is the master of all events. He is sovereign. He is going to accomplish his will at whatever cost it takes, because it's his will. His will is going to be done because he said it would be done. Now, we have the choice, however, to be in the middle of what God is doing. Otherwise, God's just going to pull people from out of nowhere and just start using others in our place. Now, that's a topic for another day, but I want to leave you this encouragement today that even though things don't go exactly as we plan them to. You know, sometimes we mess up, we make mistakes, or people make mistakes toward us. We get lied on, or we get kind of beat up mentally or emotionally. If we continue to seek after God, his will is going to be done, and he's going to take what, you know, that song says, he's going to take what the enemy meant for evil and he's going to turn it for good. So I want to leave you this encouragement today that God is going to complete his will. He's going to fulfill exactly what he desires to fulfill because he sits on the throne. He's still God. So I hope I gave you some encouragement today. I hope I've blessed you. Thank you so much for watching this devotional today. I will talk to you again on Monday. God bless.